Another Thursday means another opening of Microsoft Edge. Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to the TWAB notes for this week at Bungie for October 14th. Now, going through it, this is the TWAB addressing a lot of things during a Festival Lost. It, of course, kicks off with a little view of the trailer and more words and blaz. A quick preview of new masks that can be awarded. Some news special to this year, including the Pyramid Ship, Aramis, and Tanix the Abomination, with some masks of returning characters we have since lost or regained, including 801 and Sweeperbot, and one incredibly weird one in the Moon Dude, or whatever it is. But continuing forward, they also say that you finish the opening quest and reward you with Jurassic Green right off the bat. After that, you'll just have to run haunted sectors to get any of the new weapons. Now, keep in mind, transforming manifested pages is a better chance of getting them, so it's a little bit more advised to actually make manifested pages using spectral pages. If you need a guide on that, I have a video out on how to basically Festival of the Lost, and it goes in a little more detail there. Now, of course, they say fans of Lincoln Green, so like I said, this is the reprisal of Lincoln Green, and they do say a few rounds that are gonna, or a few roles that'll be around. They do also specify High Cal seems to be good in the Crucible, and to also pick up Horse Warrior Braid Tech because 450s are supposedly doing really well, and also they give us a whisper of Adrenaline Junkie. It's going to get a relevant change in the next coming months, more details in the future. As well, they mentioned that a few more things are available: the Headless Hue Shader, the Beheaded Home Emblem, and the Headless Horsepower. Everything, a lot of people losing their heads. But continuing forward, of course, the tower has changed, a new spooky artifact, or excuse me, spooky soundtrack, but then they mention other things. They mentioned that high stat armor is dropping from the Shattered Realm in the legendary difficulty, and it is a little more difficult, but bring some friends. And as well, they're kind of doing the same thing that they did with Heroic Menagerie that they're doing for Astral Alignment. Coming soon, a new difficulty with recommended power of 1320 is going to be adding additional modifiers. Loadouts will be locked, match game will be equipped, and Extinguish is active. If your full team falls, you will go back to orbit. So a few of the rotating modifiers that will be rotating in and out: Denial, taking Vandals summon their shields significantly more often; Epitaph, taking combatants generate blight geysers when defeated; and Empath, enhanced radar, takes increased damage from melee. And for the sound of that, we won't be having to deal with any Scorn enemies. This might be fully taken when we're in the legendary mode. And constant modifiers, like I just said: Overload, Unstoppable, Equipment Lock, and Match Game. I think they need to add Extinguish, though, because, you know, they just said we go back to orbit if we all die. So, going through, of course, there was a few patch notes that were missed from the previous patch. It wasn't anything that I missed. It was something that Bungie missed. Now, there was an issue with Hawkmoon's Paracausal Shot not getting bonus damage. That the temporary fix for this means that you'll once again lose the buff if you pull out your Ghost on the final round. This will be fixed in a future update. So they did a temporary fix. I'm assuming they reverted back to a previous state, but they'll also... Now, Firing Line has been fixed. It now it gives the 20% intended damage buff fully. So, Firing Line, get the Firing Line rolls out. That could be OP now. Now, there was an issue with the new Monte Carlo ornament Western Front, causing the weapon to have increased recoil. Fix the area of Ariana's Vow ornament Bound by Oath so that it shows the first glance perk status correctly. And in Bottom Tree Dawnblade for Igniting Touch, the melee attack. Fix an issue where all Igniting Touch detonations counted as melee damage. I think that was a bug giving you more energy on some things than intended. Sorry for the mix-up, but moving forward, we have some issues. There is a deprecation, or not issues, some changes for cross-save. The contact form for applying for cross-save or whatever it is has been deprecated and no longer be accepting new tickets, but they will, they do mention that they've updated the cross-save guide with more information and troubleshooting steps to help players get started with cross-save. So if you're like some of my friends that might dart back and forth between PC and Xbox just because they feel like it, there is cross-save enabled. So if you play on Xbox but currently want to go to PC, you no longer lose the option. You don't have the lost option for cross-save. You can actually swap to PC and have your account and go back and forth as you choose. Now, there's also an issue that supposedly blocked players are appearing more often or something like that. Or there is an increase of blocked players. Now, if you wish to remove blocks, there is a step-by-step process for my fellow Xbox players of how to remove blocks and things and follow this if you wish to remove blocks. And additionally, players who want to take advantage of LFG features can change their other can communicate with voice, text, or invite settings. I assume that means just how you can talk. Now, as well, they updated some things for Xbox and PC, that it launched on the Microsoft Store and Xbox app for PC. Players can learn more how to access Destiny 2 from this platform and set up cross-save for existing characters via the Microsoft Store and Xbox app for PC guide. Now, for known issues, a few things that are going through. Steam players who are receiving disk write errors will need to manually delete the files, this file, located in Steam install folder / Steam apps to resolve the issue until we can release a proper fix. The eyes on the Scaran Corvus mask no longer glow. That is the original Halloween set for the Hunter. The one-punch finisher no longer makes a sound when the finisher is executed, and for some reason that is said twice, because it's said right here that it no longer has sound. And completing the Envisioned Ascent Triumph incorrectly checks off Perilous Path on Trivial Wayfinding. The Triumph. The German name for Heir Apparent is inaccurately translated. The Surplus and Overflow perks are translated to the same word in German. Oopsie. Year 1 faction, raids, trials, and vendor armor ornaments can only be unlocked through armor synthesis via synthweave templates and not class-specific synthweave bolts. Now, I believe that means that specific I don't know if it's specifically Hunter, but if you grind for currency that is for individual characters, it will force you to use the one that applies to all. So you might want to be a little bit cautious until they fix that, just in case you waste the special templates. Now, some hunters have a small fixed object following their character model on the ground. I saw that in my menu. I actually did see that, so it's an issue, but not a relevant one, really. Certain image assets for the dinosaur-themed armor sets in Neververse contain minor inaccuracies. The previews for these ornaments are accurate. I believe that means just... I'm not sure what it is. I think the little character icon on screen when you're viewing it in your menu might be a little bit inaccurate, but the actual preview is. Empire hunts aren't granting candy and spectral pages upon completion. Uh-oh. And the repeat, we're investigating issues, we're expecting reports of an issue where players who complete the Book of the Forgotten before finishing Eva's main quest on their alternate characters can't claim the quest. Why would you need to do it on alternate characters? I mean, I get that there's pinnacles, but you don't need to do the whole thing across all 3 characters there. Now, for full list of emergent issues, of course, they can always check the Bungie Help Forum. Now, as well, there are a few movies of the week if you wish to... I really love this one that makes frickin' the Titan into Godzilla. I really wish at this point that if they went movie options, there was a Godzilla one, because that looked frickin' sick. And as well, of course, there seems to be a Where's Waldo with Zur and Cade, and I think I already found Cade. I think he's right there without zooming in. But either way, that is all for the TWAB. Of course, Cosmo gives us a little wish off. Now, for the end, and nothing terribly big, mainly fixes and a few changes, missed patch notes, and a few other things. But that is all for the Festival of the Lost TWAB. Initially, new ways for people to earn candy, and I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I don't know why I'm still going with that. My name is Matt Scorpion, and thank you for watching.